o'clock.
Hey,
Y'all can get back together after
the
the
box was getting a lot smaller over here the way you pounding that hammer.
Hey. Your birthday. I'd call this meeting to order, and we do have a couple of birthdays. Commissioner McKee, Meredith Parker, Al Clerk, and even our retiree Chad Smith's birthday. Happy birthday to y'all. Can I get adoption of the agenda?
Second.
Second, all in favor? Any opposed? Join me in the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll back to history vacation. Dear Lord, we come before you tonight, town like Waccamaw. Please lead, guide, direct us as we go through this meeting. Help us to make decisions based on the facts presented before us. Also continue to keep Mr. Frank Carroll in your prayers, all the other sick folks around town. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. Amen. All righty. All right, anybody here for public comment? No, I'm sorry, I messed up. Approval of the minutes from the March 11th board meeting.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, public comment. Anybody got anything they want to?
I want to ask a question.
Yes, ma'am.
You know the benches out at this park?
Yes, ma'am.
There's two new ones by the play area. We need a new one on the pickleball court.
Okay.
We have one there, but it's real flimsy.
Okay. We just got the two new ones by the ball fields. We're replacing with those, but thank you for that. We'll try to make that happen.
Actually, one of our townspeople made those for us. And, yeah, so I helped with that. And John Bullard helped with the donations to make that happen. So that's how they came about.
Well, we need two, because the old one, we need to get it out there, it's dangerous.
Well,
feel free to contribute to the
there you
cause.
go. That's what I was that's the point I was making.
Gotcha.
We'll talk about it. All right, thank you. Anything else, Lynn? Go ahead.
I see Corey's the only one here. I just had a praise report for the police department. I had some stuff get stolen up there, and Scott came out the same day I called, and Jeff, and Corey, and Brett's not here, but he actually caught the guy breaking it, stealing some more stuff, I think, the very next day. So I just wanted to thank the police department for their response and working on that.
Actually, with Lynn, like when it was all going down, and it's like, I heard it been stolen, or whatever. Well, actually, you have to come up here. Appreciate that. All right, if nobody has anything else for public comment.
I do.
You do? Yeah, all right, go for it.
Hey, I just like to hear myself talk, but I just wanted to make sure, just going around the community where like that, are we on top of, and I know that the state, I've seen them out there following up with the elevations of everything that's going on up here in this roundabout.
Yes.
Okay.
It's been addressed, and it's getting lower by the day. You'll notice it's getting lower by the day.
It's just been a good topic of conversation.
Yeah, it has, and, we thought we were building a Hoover Dam there to start with, but
Well, I was kind of a little disappointed. Everybody was wondering about what they're doing around about, and when they started busting it up and digging it out, I says, well, let's put some water in it and put a couple gators in it like we used to have in the hogs.
I'll got the ideas for the roundabout. We might have a contest on that one or something.
Mr. Mayor, I realize this may not be appropriate for me to do a public comment, but I'm a citizen too, so, I'm curious if anyone in the town staff or town government knows whether there will be another level of pavement added to what they already have from between the roundabout and the bridge. And the reason I say that is when you come off the bridge and you come down, it is some of the bumpiest, you're constantly doing like this, there are dips, and
Right.
it's just not a very smooth pavement of asphalt, and I didn't know if that was the final coat, or whether they plan on fixing that. It didn't seem like to me there would be any possible way it would be up to the standard that would be required, but, I didn't know if you heard
Address
anything
that,
about
Ken.
that.
We haven't heard that conclusively.
We can ask.
Is it just me? Has anybody else noticed?
No, I know, yeah.
I did it Saturday the other night, it's pretty
Yeah,
rough.
it's just not, it's not very good
Well,
quality.
they drilled under the road in numerous places.
Could be a lot of
There's
soft
drop
spots.
downs and stuff, so I would think that it's nice as everything else is gonna look wide.
Well, I noticed around where the roundabout is, there's a little bit of space between the asphalt and where the concrete curving is. So my assumption is they're gonna put it, but I don't know if that's just around the roundabout or whether they're going on out to, because it's almost like they just pieced together asphalt. But they did the same thing on the exit ramps, and they haven't changed that. So,
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring that up.
Try to
We
get
can answer.
We'll get an answer. Shut it, we'll talk, shut it.
It's just not we want our entrance into town for folks that are both living here and not living here to be as nice as possible, and that pavement's just not, all like
We're
right.
on the main entrance.
Right, coming down the hill.
Continuing on to that, is it up to like the post office, or is that like to ask to maybe get that parking lot and that stuff done too? Who would that be?
That's.
They're saying that this could go on through maybe July, so
Right.
I think there's more, it looks like they're about to finish up the roundabout itself, so I think there's more.
Post office.
There's more to come,
Exactly.
but we will ask these questions.
Postal service doesn't even own it.
Right.
It's private property that they just.
Maybe
drains
it's
into that.
maybe, but it is.
I'm sure they've made some arrangement with the
Right.
private property owner, but that doesn't have anything to do with it.
All right, but we will definitely, we're in touch with Ken Clark on some other issues around the lake, so we will, address those also. Item number 7, resolution to sell surplus equipment, and, I'm gonna read this. Resolution authorizing the sale of surplus property by sealed bids, whereas the town of Lake Waccamaw owns equipment that has become surplus for its current needs, and whereas all said property is valued at less than $30,000, or one item or group of items, and bids upon authorization by the Board of Commissioners at a regular meeting and notice to the public, and whereas the Board of Commissioners convened in a regular meeting, now therefore, the Board of Commissioners resolves that the Board of Commissioners authorizes the town manager to sell by sealed bids the following items of property. We've got everything from a Kubota tractor to a backhoe accessories, old dump truck, bush hog, different things. This will be listed in the news reporter, and y'all will, to take a list with you tonight, and, it'll be advertised, and we'll figure out the date for the bid sale. The town clerk shall publish a notice summarizing the resolution, and no sale may be executed pursuant to this resolution until at least 10 days after the date that the notice is published, dated this day, 8th day of April 2025. I'll sign it. Meredith, we'll get it posted.
We need a motion to accept it.
Yes. Need a motion to accept that.
Motion will be accepted.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And again, there's not a whole lot, which is a good thing sometimes. We don't have a whole lot going on. Well, we do have a whole lot going on. But
We just had to be
it
smooth.
just happened to be kind of smooth right now. Exactly.
No.
No.
Come on.
We're
There's
still,
certain words
we're
we
still
don't
working
use.
on the budget and different things. We got another meeting on that next week. But, Ms. Meredith, can you give us our finance report?
Yes, sir. As far as tax collections goes, we have collected 96% of the property taxes and 89% of the vehicle taxes. Included in your packet were the revenue and expenditure statements. Do you all have any questions or concerns regarding those statements? Okay. And that is all from me, Mayor.
That is all. Gator Festival's going smooth.
Everything's going well.
Everything's
We're helping
online.
the community.
April the 26th,
April 26th, come out and
from
celebrate.
daylight to dark. From daylight to dark.
Yes, sir.
Well, you just took part of it. I was gonna remind everybody, April 26th, from Gator Fest. Projects, let's go through them. Well Site 3, they are working, the water system has additives. And so basically, whether it's whatever additives are in the system that make it, the water meet all standards, safe, also clarity, the feeling and stuff like that, all water systems have additives, all our wells have. Well, Well Site 3, they are working now at coming up with whatever the concoction is, or they down to the detail, fine tuning the additive that they're gonna put in it before it goes online. They've been testing the water, they've come up with it, what they've said is basically that, it's the opposite, it's soft water. One of the issues is it's soft water, so they're having to figure out exactly what they're going to be doing with the water to make it, to alleviate that issue. You know, you hear about hard water all the time, this is the opposite, it's actually too soft, so. That's what they're doing on 3, it has become, they're pushing to get this because they understand that it's beyond time for this to get done. I told them that we need answers, we need it either online or giving us sufficient understanding of why not now. Because I've been telling you all that they're testing, and some of you have looked at me and said, I heard that last month. Well, I passed that along. So that's what we're at currently on 3. As soon as I have an update as far as if they found that component, how they're gonna do that, I'll make sure you guys know. Well Site 4 is currently under construction. There were some concerns about wanting to cut the road, and that would have minimized accessibility past the park. And we've worked with the contractors to make sure that they understand that that is not an option. They said that they've come up with a way of doing it so they're not gonna have to close off the road to do anything, and it's not gonna cause any water outages in the process, that they're gonna be able to tap it when they go into the water system. They'll be able to tap it without causing any temporary outages, so that's a bonus. We've got the wastewater treatment plant project that is still underway. It's over, the timetable's been exceeded because they're waiting on some equipment, but, because we're right here at the window when it should have completed, but we extended the completion date while they're waiting on some supply chain issues, and then that should be done. Estimated time of completion probably around June. We've got the stormwater mitigation slash, it falls under stormwater mitigation, but it's actually the lift station upgrades and pump station upgrades. It just falls under a grant for stormwater mitigation. That is currently underway, and it's not completed yet, but it's still moving. It's kind of like you said, we got a lot of things going on. We're just not at the finish line yet on a lot of these projects. But you're gonna see these things if you're down Cool, you'll see the construction down by the park. That is now, finally, we're gonna be getting, we're gonna have the pressure balanced around the entire town. So it'll alleviate any pressure issues, and we'll be able to also handle anything as far as expansion in the future. Anything about this? That's about it for now.
Is there a timetable on the new well?
They just started on that. I mean, we've done all the preliminary, the tests, all that stuff. Now it's just the permanent structure being built and the permanent tie-in.
I just wondered if they had given you some kind of a guesstimate.
Don't know at this point. It's early on, but I'll get that knowledge.
If we can't head down there, just morning running around, making it happen.
It's good to have all these projects working and getting, we're making progress on everything on all fronts. So I'm happy to report that at one point, we kind of feel like we're doing win, and it's all moving in the right direction.
Talk about the dam.
We're bidding it out right now to get a contractor to come out there that it's combined. The bid is gonna be for both an assessment and the repair. It's drafted, it's going out, and we should have, once we get the bids in, barring the fact, we don't get enough, we have to do it again. You have to have a minimum amount of people that bid for the project. But if we get enough people that are interested in actually putting in bids, we should be moving forward in the summertime.
We were also, this morning, Dana and myself were in a meeting at the State Park with the Chamber of Commerce, and Les, I was there, and the ball was rolling on the micro pedestrian path, $4 million grant they got for that. It's moving forward pretty good.
It was nice, that meeting was good because you see a lot of people, and it's something, since you brought it up, Mayor, there are a lot of different organizations and individuals that dedicate their time and efforts to try to make this place a better place, improve the quality of life, and add to people's intrinsic value and enjoying stuff. They're doing stuff like trails, organizations that are getting funded for trails. You've got people that are wanting to put on events such as Fit Fest, and we all were getting together this morning having those discussions. And we like to work with those people because what we can contribute is, if she's able to use part of our facility, part of the parks facility, but it brings people in, and it also, gives people a way of kind of fellowship and enjoyment in something they enjoy doing, fitness related. It's a great thing to do. So, and then there was some discussion about that getting somehow working in conjunction to bring back Take the Lake someday with maybe those parties being involved. So it was good to have a good discussion where we get people together and they're all working towards helping and improving things.
Greenland Road, Depot said that she had been talking to Stuart Carroll, that they were talking about maybe bringing it back sooner than what y'all were saying. She's a part owner of the prosecutor.
That she was there this morning.
Okay. Well,
They're
then,
doing
okay, gotcha.
what is that, May the?
I wasn't gonna name drop because
Yeah,
I didn't ask her if that's exactly
I
who
don't
was
guess she
there.
cares. She mentioned it during the Depot.
She was talking about, that was the thing that they were pushing for, and,
Right.
I don't know it, May 24th.
May 24th.
May 24th.
Yeah, and it's called what?
Good bits.
Fit Fest.
There's gonna be, rucks, there's gonna be, there's a run, a ruck, a walk.
They're gonna
and
go
there's-
around the whole lake. Okay, you don't know? Okay. I thought she said that they were.
We don't, I guarantee she's got it, but it's gonna be a walk, a run, a ruck,
There's some paperwork in there on it. We got
Yeah.
paperwork on it.
and there's also gonna be events at the park that evening. So, May 24th.
All right. We do have to go into closed session, but before Carl, you got anything for us?
Just one thing with the Gator Fest coming up, I don't know who's out there practicing soccer, but we gotta move the soccer goals to get ready for, if anybody knows who they are, just let them know I'm not going to be mean or anything like that, I'm just trying to move them over there to over the trees, so they'll be out of the way for Gator Fest. That's all I got.
Birthday girl?
Good, but I'll be there to help you at Gator Fest, so.
Perfect, thank you.
To tag on to what Carl was saying, that the county has been out mowing and they were spraying for the fire ants and stuff. And I know they're planning on doing it again, so just a thank you to the guys trying to help get that part ready, and definitely the parking lot's in a lot better shape, but is there any plans
It's still,
to do?
that's a work in progress, the parking lot. What they did was they went out, they graded it, and we got the equipment in.
Really helped.
And then they're bringing in, they wanna bring in loads, when we were talking before, when we were pricing it, they were saying like 4 loads or 4 inches deep.
Yeah.
That's just gonna be kicked around and run it up. So what they're trying to do is grade it and get it compacted, and then add as they go to compact it even further, and they'll roll it out and press it, and then it'll make it more of a dense surface and not potentially run up as much, but it also won't be easily torn up because it's not seated in there. So it's gonna continue, this is gonna be an ongoing thing where they're gonna bring out loads, press them in, and make sure it's graded out.
Just wanted to thank these guys for making it lots better.
Well, and also, I'll tell you this, we've had some concerns with accessibility for the restrooms at the park. And the guys have now changed the locks on the doors because there were times people were going out and the doors were locked and they weren't able to use them. Well, part of the problem was you could lock them from the inside, close it, and when you closed it, it locked behind it. And so we've now changed the locks on them where either if you're inside and you want privacy, you can lock it for your privacy. But when you come out of it, the only way for us to lock it from the outside is by a key that we have. And then we're going to provide those keys to, like if there's events or stuff, the appropriate people will have what's needed so they can lock it from the outside. But for the most part, we've also looked at, made it part of the morning schedule always to go out and inspect to make sure they're clean and they have everything that they need for them to be operating effectively. And we don't want them closed. It's a public park, so we want to make sure people have access to restrooms.
They're there every morning, I see them.
The greatest solution I've heard since I've been sitting with this board. Thank you.
Well,
We've
there
gone-
you guys do it.
We've gone from one extreme to the next on that bathroom.
It's unfortunate because you and I had a discussion the other day, and it's something that, as we put it, it was a problem that doesn't need to be. It just needed to be addressed, and the problem was, I think that it's kind of changed hands and everything. And let's just come up with a consistent solution that works for everybody. And now it's part of the daily routine, and, you know, from this point forward, we're gonna hope that we don't have any issues. If we have any issues, we'll address them and make sure that we respond accordingly.
Perfect. Thank you for that. Ron, you got anything for us, buddy?
All good. Sure. Good.
Tree across the power line last night?
I looked, I sure
Lost
didn't find
power.
one. I sure didn't find one. If it was in the swamp, I
Yeah, the
didn't.
wind must have done it. Wind done it.
I didn't see it. Yeah,
Great.
the tree down last night, doesn't have to.
Good. Good. Corey, you good?
Good, sir.
Sure. I'll say it, and I'll say it in public, this weekend, it's warmed up, and everybody, they were just, hey, gotta get there and go, and I'm standing on the porch, mowing the yard, did this, loud pipes and trucks. I could reach out to Corey and Scott, I said, listen, this crowd coming by here with these lowered down trucks and these mufflers sound like it's gonna shake my house in two, and we've addressed it before, but we are addressing it again, as it happened. So, if they wanna come through, like Waccamaw, or raise, say, we got.
Expensive ticket.
It's an expensive ticket, okay, and I appreciate you this
So
weekend.
SWAT trucks,
Yeah.
expensive ticket.
Yeah. I mean, you could hear them run on into the state park. Oh my God. But anyhow, thank you for that. We do have to go into closed session to talk about what do we have to talk about?
Consulting with the attorney.
Consulting with the attorney, and, so I need a motion to go into closed. Motion second, all in favor? Any opposed? This shouldn't take long, so we don't stick around and talk a little bit after the fact. More than welcome to, but we gotta get through this right quick. Thanks everybody for being here, and, enjoy the rest of your week. Chair out.